I realized for the last video I just put up there, the pictures kind of sucked. So anyway, here's the motor. They say it's nothing fancy. It's just a standard old 4BT Cummins. I guess they're the same as the 6 with just 2 less cylinders. Regular pump. I think you can turn these pumps up or change the fuel pin if you want. But this is the key for the F-150, is this motor plate here has the 45-degree angle, and that supposedly is the piece that lines up with the Ford chassis on the F-150s if you use the engine stands that come out of a truck with a 4.9. Okay, so there is a piece there that's on the chassis, and I can show you. These here are the old mounts that were on the Cummins, and they mounted straight up and down, and they use this type of isolator, 2 bolts on the bottom, 1 bolt on the top. And I'm not 100% familiar with that frame on the chassis of those, but this is the mount here, and I think everybody who does the Cummins, they use this type of mount that I've seen. So anyway, from what I gather, this sits in here like this, and then that bolt there will attach down to the frame stand on the F-150 if the truck had a 6-cylinder with the square style rubber mounts. Now the 150 I got out here has these old hydraulic mounts, I guess is what they're called. I'll show you. Okay, let's see. I don't know if this will come out or not. Anyway, right down in there is that rubber donut on the frame. And on the chassis itself, there's an engine stand that bolts on with 3 bolts. Now this truck obviously has the rubber isolators, but off of an F-150 I found at the boneyard, this engine mount here bolts right onto the chassis, and that's where your rubber biscuit goes through there. Totally adjustable. So there's 2 of these, 1 for each side. There's the other one. If I'm not mistaken, this one here is the driver's side, the other one's passenger. Could be wrong, but either way, you can flip them. But they're set up to have the rubber biscuit mount square block. So once this engine comes out, those hydraulic mounts will go away, the engine stands will go away. Yeah, you really can't see it. The other engine stands I just showed you will go on, and those are what line up on the 4BT engine mounts that I showed you there. Those mounts on the engine, I got those off eBay off of a guy who seems to know a lot about these motors, and they seem to be pretty hard to find. If this turns out to be a bolt-in swap, which they say it does, I'm going to take those mounts off and I'll have a bunch made up if anybody's looking for them. You know, whatever they cost, I'll just sell them at cost. This ain't really about making money. It's just trying to do things that the auto dealerships and the government won't. So, Christ, if they put this motor in F-150s, you wouldn't have to buy a new truck every 10 years, you know? They'd run forever, as long as you take care of them. So, that's all I got for now. Heading over there to work on the old gem. We're gonna do the brakes. They need wheel cylinders and master cylinders so-so, but I'll take it apart, put it all back together, and I was lucky enough to find some 20-inch wheels. Those are actually factory 16-inch wheels. A buddy of mine had a set of Power Wagon wheels that are 20-inch in diameter with the same bolt pattern as the M37. So we're going to put some 920s on there to help out with the gear ratio. That's got 589 axles, so she tops out about 40. That's about it. Once I put the taller tires on, it might cruise maybe a little better at like 45, close to 50. So, but anyway, I'll get the Ford in here, start taking it apart. I'm gonna clean this puppy up over the weekend and possibly next week and get it cleaned up, painted. I already started it up. It runs fine. No smoke, no knocks, no noise. Just standard old 4-cylinder. I think it says there 120 horse on here somewhere, but we'll get some updates for you guys, and stay tuned.